Okay, I think we're live. We should be anyway. So, let me just go on to my trusted YouTube thingy. And we will be... Oh. No. No. There we are. Okay, let's make sure I'm fine here so I can see the chat. I should be able to get some kind of way of actually displaying it to myself, but that's it. Let's take away that Facebook conversation I had before I release all of my personal information everywhere. Right, so this is a deck that Cameron... Now, for those of you who definitely won't know Cameron, because he does do I guess I've only done one, but he does the podcast with me, along with Tom. Actually, that reminds me, I've actually got to upload that other podcast today. I should have had it done by today. So that's got to be uploaded today. But Cameron does the podcast with me there, and he messaged me yesterday, or emailed me yesterday with a deck for the stream. So again, I always say this at the beginning, if you guys have a deck you would like to be played on stream, email me your deck list. The email address is themtgtavern@outlook.com. And if you just email me your deck list, I will play your deck on stream. Doesn't cost you a penny. And like I say, I always rent the decks anyway, so I already have the cards kind of as it is, so it's fine by me. Or you can just leave it in a comment down below if you want to have a link to the deck list. So this is Cameron's deck, and I'm pretty sure Cameron's trying to kind of troll me a little bit here, because I hate counterspells in Magic. I hate anything that involves you being miserable while you're playing. And if you're playing against a blue deck that has loads of counterspells in it, which to be fair this one doesn't, it's a pretty miserable experience, and that's why I hate blue-white control so much. Obviously as a living end player I'm going to say that, because the way to beat living end is to counter the living ends and end the game before they start casting their creatures, and that's what blue-white control can kind of do. So this is Cameron's deck here. I've made some changes because there's some utter nonsense in here. And let's take a look at the deck. So I'll start with the changes that I've made actually. I might make one more, I've not decided yet, but basically at one point we had this card here, an Essence Capture, which counters a target creature spell and put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature you control. To be honest, I don't see this deck doing that well against creature decks anyway, and most creature decks are going to have Aether Vials, so I don't see this being a good card, and the only real value you get off of this, putting a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control, as you'll see, our creatures are usually going to be bigger than our opponent's creatures, so I'm not too sure that this is going to be that good. Right. So I brought in two Jace the Mind Sculptors into the sideboard instead. The reason being, I've also brought in two Relic of Progenitus actually, is because, as you'll see with this deck, if our opponent has Graveyard Hate, it kind of shuts us down to a certain degree. Now, obviously, they need to resolve the Graveyard Hate, but it still can shut us down to a certain degree. So I'll start with now that we've made the changes, I'll start with the main deck, I guess. We start with the land base, very, very, very simple. Whole bunch of islands, 2 Mutavaults, and what is this, a Borrow? Because why not? This thing, yeah. And then fetches. That's it. Very, very simple. We're looking to go on the Thing in the Ice plan, where we cast a whole bunch of creature spells, non-creature spells, and then we flip Thing in the Ice. That's our way of wiping our opponent's board if they are playing a creature deck. So we're looking to also play Cryptic Serpent, which costs 1 less for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. And then also we have, where are you? I'm going to call this the Pyter, because what's this, PTeramander or something like that? Tetramander? I can't pronounce that freaking word. I'm going to call him Pieman. So this one, I think, when I saw this, I thought this would be playable in Modern in certain blue decks. Because, you know, a 1-mana 1/1, adapt 4, but it costs 1 less for each instant of sorcery in your graveyard. That sounds like something exactly a control deck wants, because there aren't many things you can do on turn 1 in control anyway outside of Opt or Serum Visions, unless you're playing stuff like Vapor Snags or Spell Pierces, then you're only really setting up your next turn, so that's the time where if you've got nothing powerful to do anyway, you may as well put down a card that your opponents have to deal with, and then going into the mid to late game when you've got plenty of instants and sorceries in your graveyard, paying 1 blue mana to adapt 4 and have a genuine, like a 5/5 flyer in late game is absurdly powerful. On top of that, like I say, we've got the Thing in the Ices. We've also got Vendilion Cliques and a 1-off Cryptic Serpent. Cost of 1 less to cast for each instance of sorcery in your graveyard. So a 6/5 for 2 mana sounds pretty good. So we're looking to a whole bunch of instance of sorceries in the deck. So we've got Ops. We have Serum Visions and the usual blue stuff like Vapor Stag, which I guess isn't that usual in blue, but it really is. Well, it's not that normal, but it does see play sometimes. Ramans, Snapcaster Mages, because we put a whole bunch of instance of sorceries in our graveyard. A Deprive, because why not, I guess, sure. A Psionic Blast as removal? I guess. This is Cameron's deck. I don't play blue, I don't get it. Cryptic Command. The one thing that worries me with Cryptic Command is we do draw a lot of cards in this deck, and I have been saying for a while now, a good deck in Modern at the minute needs to do stuff that either draws a whole bunch of cards throughout the game to be good, or so the deck speed is very, very fast, or it needs to be taking advantage of a different zone of the game like Dredge does, where it doesn't need to draw that many cards because it is essentially drawing that many cards by putting cards into its graveyard. I think a deck that doesn't do that in Modern right now is pretty bad. So this deck draws a whole bunch of cards, and just 19 lands, and a 3/4 mana spell sounds pretty expensive to me, but we are drawing a lot of cards, so it's not that bad. But that does worry me at the minute, those Cryptic Commands there. Also got one Vendilion Clique because we're playing blue, why not? You know, we can't just hold up counter spells all day. So yeah, that's plenty of instances of sorceries there. Going into the sideboard, we have a Whip. I've never even heard of this card. A Whiplash Trap. So if an opponent had 2 or more creatures enter the battlefield in their controller's turn, you may pay 1 blue rather than pay its mana cost and return 2 creatures to their own hands. This is pretty good against graveyard decks, I'm guessing, or Coco decks. Commandeer, really good against Tron. They're casting like Khans, and we can steal their Khan. Getting paying the alternative mana cost shouldn't be a massive issue. Detention Sphere, obviously for the colourless decks as well. Vidalcan Shackles, because like steal an opponent's creature, why not? Spellskite, protect our creatures. Hercule's Recall for the artifact decks. Graveyard Hate, and Jace as an alternative win condition, because I'm expecting Graveyard Hate after game 1. Because I think this seems like a mono-blue Bedlam Reveler deck, and it may be worth splashing red for Bedlam Reveler in this, but it is double red, so that could be an issue. But it seems like a mono-blue Bedlam Reveler deck in the way that you're putting a whole bunch of instants of sorceries in your graveyard, and then you get a big payoff from all of those instants of sorceries in your graveyard. So I think like an Izzet, I don't want to say a Drake's deck in Modern, but like kind of an amalgamation of Drake's and Bedlam Reveler, like an amalgamation of the two seems pretty good actually. Anyway, let's go and play some games. I am not too sure about this deck. I don't play a lot of Control, so I'm not utterly convinced it's going to be good. But we will see. I'm not sure. It seems not great, but then I'm no expert on blue decks. So, yeah. I also saw, while I was sorting myself out here, where are we? Oh, we found a game. Sweet. I'll turn that sound down. I saw a booster pack here. This is where you got for playing loads of games. So, can we open this? Open it? Yes, we'll open. There we go. A power plant. Great. I have no intentions of playing Tron. Never mind. Right, so we would like to play first. And that's a real shame. I think with one land, this hand would be like really, really good. Like really powerful. But with no lands, you can't really keep that. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, well, we'll keep this. There's a lands here, and we'll put a land to the bottom. We're going to be drawing a few cards, hopefully, and we don't want to get too mana flooded. So hopefully we are on the play, so fingers crossed. Our opponent is playing like something we can counter on turn 1 with a Spell Pierce, but we've still got the ops. Should we want to, a Temple Garden tapped. Okay. I guess one good thing about this deck is we're not going to be taking too much damage from our own mana base, which is unusual for a lot of decks in Modern right now. You know what? I'm gonna keep that on top. We do need to put cards into our graveyard, so why not? It's also worth noting it's something that has a different CMC if we want to exile something with this. So let's just play our island. So we do need to find an actual win condition, and that is another worry here, is that there aren't that many win conditions in here. You can see here there's the Vendilion Cliques, the Serpents, Thing in the Ices, and the... Okay, I guess for a mono blue deck that's plenty, actually, to be fair. Oi, oi, oi. Scavenging Ooze! Okay, you know what? I don't even want to remand this. That can't stay around, because that's going to destroy us. I guess we could manage to draw a card, but then we don't have the 2 mana to counter on the way back down. So I think I'd rather... You know what? No, I'm going to remand it. We need to like draw into a win condition. We do have the Vapor Snag as well for next turn, and there's another remand. Okay, so it's got a good tempo play on it there, and that is the name of the game at the end of the day. So there's another land. This is going to cost 1, 2, so we get it for 5 mana at the minute. So we can wait a little while. We can like wait just a little while. We also have the Spell Piercers. Hopefully, we're able to counter a Path to Exile, maybe, or something. Okay, I'm just going to remand this again. We have the, like I said, we have the Vapor Stack, and once this Cryptic Serpent's down, it should be fine. Sure. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I could have like exiled Vapor Snag and Disrupting Shoal that, but I don't think it's worth it. So at the minute we get 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. We'll have 1 mana up for Spell Pierce as well. Okay, that sounds like a good deal. Okay, I'm going to Vapor Stang this. I'm playing your deck, Cameron, and so far it's been okay for the entire 1 game. Well, not even 1 game, this is the first game I've played. Disrupting Shoal does not sound good, so this is going to take up most of our turn. But we do have the ability to hold up Spell Pierce, but a Path to Exile kind of gets us, I guess. I guess we can counter the Path to Exile, though, can't we? We don't have to Spell Pierce it. Okay, that's going to resolve. And that will also resolve. We can't really do much about it. Okay. Yeah, it's a deck that Cameron built, so you know it's going to be pretty bad. You know it's going to be bad, Jack. It's just not going to work. I mean, you've got someone who builds pretty much only, like, blue tempo decks, building a deck for me, the guy who cannot play blue decks to save his life. Like, the only blue deck I can play is blue-white Emeria, and many would argue I can't even play that. Right, so let's play our lands, and we'll get in for 6. A little bit worried about a Collected Company from the Noble Hierarch next turn, but I don't think our opponent played a land drop there, so who knows, maybe. And this Scavenging Ooze is not going to gain them much life. So Cameron, I don't know if you saw at the beginning, I've made some changes to the deck. So in the sideboard, I took out the Essence Captures, because this is just nonsense, Cameron. What the hell are you thinking? Like, against most creature decks, they're going to be playing Aether Vial in Modern, most of the good ones anyway, and we get to put a counter on our creatures. That's not good. That's really not good, so I'll put 2 Jaces into the sideboard instead, because if we see Graveyard Hate, we're in trouble. Yeah. Blades? Oh, so this is like green-white taxes or something? Well, we can't really counter that. That kind of... I guess we can. Can we? So, yeah, we can pay X and... Yeah, we can. Counter target spell if its convert mana cost is X. Sweet, that sounds good. Why is my connection... There we go, it's sorted. This has actually turned out into a pretty good start. Yeah, that was just like a really, really, really bad card. Is our opponent looking to block here? That's a really good result, getting to block our things with this deck. We're getting a bit flooded. That's like 7 lands out of our top 15 cards. Although, to be fair, we fetched 1, but still. Well, at least we can pretty much counter anything. And this time we'll be able to counter a creature and a Coco, hopefully, with Spell Pierce. That has got to be a good result when a creature deck is blocking your 6/5 and you've got all this untapped blue mana and they haven't actually dealt with the board. That has to be a good feeling. We didn't even have, like, the best hand either as well. We're mulligan to 6, but I mean, we haven't won the game yet. Let's chill the fuck out, you know. Leonin Arbiter. I think I'm going to let that resolve. I don't really care. It's not worth a counterspell, that isn't. Okay, she's fetched before that comes down. Yeah, you can have your Leonin Arbiter. That's fine. And Scavenging Ooze. Do we care about that? I don't think I care. We have the biggest thing on the board, and yeah, they're going to have to start chump blocking soon anyway. Ooh, Mr. Snapcaster. That's good. Snapcaster's good. Yeah, just giving up that guy. So we can, if our opponent... We don't have the game won, but we can Snapcaster Mage for a Vapor Snag if our opponent taps out for anything. So we can take game 1 here, I think. Do we remand this instead of Vapor Snag? Because we want to draw cards, but that's not resolving. I know that. There's no way this is resolving. So let's just... I guess we'll just Disrupting Shoal it again. Oh no, I don't want to do that. No, 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 no. There we go. So we need to pay 5. There we go. Get rid of that guy. I don't like things that make 2 creatures. That sounds pretty bad. This does mean we can't Snapcaster on end step, but that's not the problem. Them like putting creatures on the board is how we lose this game, I think. Because this deck doesn't deal with board states that well. Outside of like Cryptic Commands, tap their team. Okay, so we have the Spell Pierce held up as well. Oh, that's a great draw. Okay, so let's get him for 6. What's really good about this deck is, Cameron, you sent me a version of this deck as well that had like budget alternatives. Like, you don't have to be playing like the dish you see here. You don't have to be playing stuff like Vendilion Clique and Fetch Lands. Fetch Lands are like thin the deck really in this deck. That's all they do. They thin the deck of lands. That's all it's there for. You can quite easily build a deck like this for an extremely cheap price. Wow, they're just gonna take the damage? Really? Like, if you look in paper, if you ignore like Snapcaster Mages, Vendilion Cliques, you can probably build this deck for under $50, which is absurd. I don't think it'll be a great deck in Modern, but it'll be good enough. Oh yeah, that's fine. They can do that. Gain some life. And gain some more life. Yes, my friend. Okay. Okay, so we'll take 5. Let's see what they want to do now. Knight of Autumn. So 1, 2, 3. How do we want to do this? I think I'm going to let this resolve, because then we can end step Vendilion Clique, end step Snapcaster Mage, Vapor Snag the Knight of Autumn. I guess I'll Vendilion Clique in response. Let's take a look at the hand. And then we may want to do something else. So let's take a look at the hand. I'm quite happy keeping these 2 cards in our hand for now. I think if our opponent had a few less cards in hand, I might shuffle the Spell Pierce away from our hand. Flicker Wisp. Okay, we don't care about the Aether Vial. Well, let's... I'm just going to take the Leonin Arbiter here, because they can... No, the Leonin Arbiter doesn't matter, so I think we should let them keep all this. Because if they cast Leonin Arbiter next turn, we have Snapcaster plus Vapor Snag, and they have to lose life to cast Leonin Arbiter. So I think we'll let this resolve. They are going to gain life from Night of Autumn saying that, but that's not a big deal. Yeah, gain 4 life. Very weak ability there. And yeah, that can resolve. So, take... Yeah, we're going to take Vapor Snag. We'll return the Leonin Arbiter. The reason we're going to return the Leonin Arbiter is obviously we don't want them to gain more life with the Night of Autumn. Whereas, and this is obviously a bit smaller as well. And our opponent can't block the Snapcaster Mage, they have to block the Cryptic Serpent. Oh wow, that's pretty good. So we attack with everything. They're definitely taking 5. And we know their hand. So they need to top deck something. Yeah, put down this guy. We may as well do it now. We have to pay 3. Okay, fine. Yeah, I really like this card, actually. I think this is like such a good card. I can see the Modern play. I really can. Like, genuine Modern play. Not this pile of shit Modern play. So, I think that's probably game. Our opponent can gain some life through this. But they're going to have to use all of their mana to get down a Flicker Wisp. I guess one way they could do it is to Flicker Wisp their own Flicker Wisp on end step, flicker the Pie Man, whatever this is. And then we don't get him next turn, but again, they're not really dealing with the board. I don't think is that game over? They're on 2. I guess, no, the game is over, because they have to lose a life. They have to lose 2 life, actually, because they tapped this instead. To cast the second Flicker Wisp, so yeah, whatever. That was a weird game. Okay, so what do we want here? We definitely want these Commandeers. What does this Whiplash Trap do? That doesn't seem that good. We don't really want Ceremonious Rejection. Don't really want that. Man, we don't really get a lot. I guess the Dalkin Shackles isn't bad. So we can probably consider that. Jace doesn't feel great against a deck that's putting a whole bunch of creatures out. That doesn't seem to be where... Look, that doesn't seem to be where we want to be. It's bad English there. Like, 4 mana... It doesn't seem that good, but they're almost certainly bringing in Rest in Peace. There is no way they're not bringing in Rest in Peace. So maybe we do want the Jace. And instead we take out maybe a Disrupting Shoal, Cryptic Command, like some more of the top end. I guess this isn't really top end, but it's going to cost us an extra card. Dive down doesn't seem essential here. They're going to have limited removal because they are essentially a creature aggro deck, so they're going to have Path to Exile, sure, but it doesn't feel like we need to have a dive down. So I'm going to trim a couple of those as well. Actually, maybe I might trim a Remand over a dive down. Because remanding their creatures doesn't feel that good. Okay, let's go with something like that. Like, sure, we got some decent tempo off of them with the remands there, but that's not always going to happen. Yeah, I think we keep this hand, don't we? Seems like a perfectly fine hand. Turn 1 Hierarch. Okay. I've never actually played with Vidalcan Shackles before. So, you can choose not to untap it. Gain control of target creature with power less than or equal to the number of islands you control. Okay. So we drew the land, so we're going to fetch for a basic island. And yeah. Nothing else going on. Kind of want both of these cards. Because we're on the draw, we need to get some kind of early game tempo to like stall them a little bit. I think I'll go... Yeah, top this first, then put this on top of that, so we draw the Vapor Snag. That seems fine. Like, we're kind of a bit clunky with this hand. We've got a lot of cards that aren't doing anything at the minute. That's the card we don't want to see. Okay. This is 3 mana, right? Okay, it's going to play the island. I don't want to play the Flooded Strand because we might have to remand and we don't want to shuffle the top of our library because we know we have the Vendilion Clique on top. So, I think I'm just going to hold up remand here. We're going to take some damage, well, quite a bit of damage this turn. But next turn we can hold up Vapor Snag plus counter a Flicker Wisp. What is going on with the game? Man, I wish Wizards would sort this fucking platform out. It's so laggy. There we go. Man, a second Noble Hierarch is not good. So I assume my opponent just... They're only going to swing with this? Okay, I think now that we're taking 5, it's probably worth just Vapor Snagging this, isn't it? I think this is worth it. Just like not take 5 damage. If my opponent wants to use a Flicker Wisp for some godly, some god knows reason why, then great. So, oh my god. Oh, good god. That's horrible. I should have Disrupting Shoaled that. I'm a dumbass. I could have Disrupting Shoaled with the Psionic Blast. Oops. This is why I can't be trusted with control decks, because I rush. I'm going to fetch an island here, because there's probably going to be a window where I do want to. I'm going to be casting at least this next turn. Probably going to have to Destructing Shoal a Flicker Wisp as well. Yeah, I should have shoaled it. I didn't realise until I actually passed priority, like when it was hitting the battlefield. That sucked. This has to be a Flicker Wisp, doesn't it? Although they can't Flicker Wisp in, like, instant speed. I think I'm willing to trade a Vendilion Clique for this, just to take a look at their hand as well, because there's a very real chance they have Path to Exile in there, so... sorry, Collected Company. So yeah, I think I'm willing to do this. I think I'm willing to trade this Vendilion Clique for this Blade Splicer. If it means we're not taking any damage this turn, with our current hand, it's going to take a while to set up. Okay. You know what? I'll just... How much do we want the land? I don't think we want the land. We want to, like, keep our thing alive. So I think I'm willing to give up a dive down for this. And the hand... Wow. No, they can keep that. You can have that, my friend. Yeah, I will block. If it means I'm not going to take damage, I will happily block. Land is a very good draw. That's where we want to be. Okay, let's pass the turn. So, ideally we'd have one more land and I could Sonic Blast plus hold up Remand. But I think, again, I'm willing to give up this Sonic Blast to get rid of this Goblin, or Golem token here. Having said that, with a land, we can Vidalcan Shackles and tap it to gain control of the Golem token anyway. Yeah, that will resolve. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to kill this. What a top deck that is. Okay. That's pretty fortunate. But on the plus side, if we draw a land now, we can get control of the Resto Angel as well. Which is pretty cool. That is a hell of a top deck. Come on, okay. Cast this, pass to them. Oh, dear. This is why decks full of counterspells aren't good, Cameron. This happens. Don't get me wrong, I misplayed earlier by not using the shoal on the Blade Splicer, but still. Oh, dear. So we're taking 10 here? Jesus Christ. Okay. Right. I guess now we don't actually want to land, so I'm quite happy to fetch. Like, a land means nothing, because with a land we can exactly Remand plus activate this, and have one land left, which doesn't really mean anything. I guess we could draw a 1-drop. That's not awful, I guess. Yeah, the struggle will be... Like, it needs some kind of good board wipe, like a way of returning everything back to their hand, and the only thing we have is Thing in the Ice, but you kind of need that in your opening hand. It's a bit too late for Thing in the Ice, because we're not going to chain a whole bunch of instants and sorceries together. On the plus side, though, we should be able to like gain control of this turn. And our opponent has to kind of... If they want to attack, they're going to have a removal spell or a way of bouncing this. Oh, wait, no, we're not just dead, are we? Okay, cool. So gain control of this. Oh, it comes in... Oh, we get it tapped. I should have gained control of it at the beginning of combat. Oh, I suck! I'm the worst! I completely forgot about the fact that you have to... It doesn't untap it. It's not a good card. I should learn to read cards. Oh my god. Oh, we're even playing against a bad deck, and this just shows... I mean, you've got a combination of a bad deck that I'm playing and a bad player in me. Like, what a combination that is. I'm just going to go back with this. That was, you know... That game was winnable if I hadn't misplayed. I think I played fine for the first few turns and then it completely messed up. I think we're going to keep this. It seems like a perfectly fine hand. We're going to obviously Serum Visions early to get an extra land. But good god, that was bad. Right, so luckily the island saved us there. So fingers crossed, no... we drew a Vapor Snag, so yeah, we're going to have to bomb these. We need lands. And unfortunately, they don't go to our graveyard. Is there a mono blue spell, Cameron, in Standard at the minute that allows you to Surveil rather than Scry? I know there's the blue-black one, but is that 1 mana? It's not. Well, it's blue-black, as in you can pay any colour. Come on, land. We need land. That is not a land. Okay, Okay, Seren Visions. Need set up for next turn. No lands, but there we go. There's a land for next turn. Okay, pass to them. At least we can get down Thing in the Ice. I think Surveilling might be better in this deck than Scrying, because you want to put cards into your graveyard, usually. Please don't be a Scavenging Ooze. Oh, Galactique's fine. Yeah, sure. I guess our opponent hasn't seen a Thing in the Ice yet. There's our land. Okay, we'll put down the thingy in the ice. And then if they want a Path to Exile, this fine. I'll actually quite happily trade a Path to Exile for getting a land out of our library at the minute. Yeah, I'm kind of okay with that, actually. I mean, obviously, I'd rather the thing stay around, but we do need lands. I'm surprised my opponent kind of did that. Oh, that's bad for us. We have the Vapor Snag, though, so that's good. Another PTeramander. So is this 4 or more, isn't it? Yeah, non-creature spells that cost... So this literally takes us off of Cryptic Command and that's it. Oh, and Jace, I guess. I guess it takes us off Jace. Because we have, like... Do we have anything with X in it? We don't, do we? I guess... There is the Disrupting Shoal. Okay, there is the Disrupting Shoal as well. So I think we need to... The Seren Visions first. Can we counter anything with this hand? We can't. Okay, so Seren Visions... Ooh, that makes things interesting. Do we keep the Jace here? I think we keep the Jace. Because we drew the land as well. And put that to the bottom. Then we can Vapor Snag this on end step, untap Jace. And we can even flash in a Snapcaster Mage here to deal with Scavenging Ooze as well. I'll quite happily trade my Snapcaster Mage for a Scavenging Ooze, which isn't going to get any bigger. Unless they somehow get creatures into their graveyard. Okay, I'm going to flash this in. There is a chance I don't think we can Vapor Snag our own Snapcaster Mage here. I don't think that's where we're at. Well, we'll target Seren Visions, but that's not what we're going to do this turn. So I'm going to say yes, but I'm not going to search. Well, I'm not going to search here, because we have the Jace on top. I think I treasure... I want the Jace more than I want a land. Hey! What? Is it Fies? Why can't I read people's names? Like, it's like... Obviously, Tasty Knots is pretty easy to read. Hello, Fizex. Physics? I can't say words. Words are not my strong point. I don't know what is my strong point, to be honest. Oh, excuse. Take out my... Oh, sounds great. That isn't how you win this game, I don't think. You need to, like, develop your board. Like, we're a mono blue deck. You don't need to be dealing with our instants and sorceries. You already have, like, stuff like this out. And they're clearly here holding up a... They're clearly holding up a Path to Exile here. Otherwise, why... I guess you can't use the green mana for this anyway, so maybe not. Okay. Yeah, so take Jace. And... I guess we're just going to +2. Let's take a look at the top card of their library. And... You know what? I think they can have a Path to Exile. I think I'm okay with that, because we've got plenty of creatures in our hand. I'd kind of just welcome the extra, like, mana anyway. Fiz Hex. Hex. What? Physex. Okay. Turns out I can read people's names. How are you doing? Don't blame me for this monstrosity. It is Cameron's fault. Cameron is in the chat right now. He is Tagashi. Who even is Tagashi, Cameron? Like, your name used to be Tree, and now you changed it to something I don't even know what Togashi is. Is it a character of, like, Pokemon or something, or... I don't know. Yay, Jace takes some damage. World of Warcraft thing, okay. Oh man! Okay, that's gonna make things a bit harder. Right. Oh man! Now we draw it. Oh well. Right, I think I'm gonna... What's our plan here? So we can Sonic Blast to kill the Golem token. The only person I watch? I mean, thank you, but there are much better streamers out there than me, I think. Well, apart from when they're playing Living End. I think I'm the best Living End player in the world. I'm really not. I'm really not, but I'd like to believe I am. So, this deck doesn't deal with boards very well. This deck does not deal with boards very well at all. So, I don't think we can uptick... I mean, we can't brainstorm Jace, because, like, what can we possibly draw into that's going to help us out here? So I think we need to try and get stuff into our graveyard to develop a board of our own. And we know our opponent has one Path to Exile in their hand. So we should probably use Jace as a way of removing a creature, and it should probably be the Golem. And then we can Sonic Blast this, which is going to deal 2 damage to us, but it gets this out of the way for a turn. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, return this to their hand. And... See, I really want to get rid of Gallic Tea, but I think I have to get rid of this. Because if they have a Flicker Wisp, I don't want them to develop an even better board. It means our Destructing Shoulder is just dead. But it also means... we might be able to get our opponent if we can tap out... Well, we can just play this now. We can probably convince our opponent to use a Path to Exile at some point. Oh god, this match has been going on forever. I'm down to 5 minutes, I need to hurry up. Cameron, this is like the most... You really enjoy stuff like this, Cameron, don't you? Like this mono blue shit stuff. It's just, to me, it's just like... It's just so, like, negative and reactive. It's just like, ugh. I'm losing to a fucking green, white, death and taxes list. Please Path to Exile this thing. I really want this thing to get pathed. Both come at Jace. Yeah, we have to let Jace go, unfortunately. It's so tedious. Unfortunately, like, we're not activating this for a long time. It does need to splash a second colour, clearly. I haven't played Moon Plants in a while, actually. Moon Plants is a really fun deck. Like, the reason I built Moon Plants was literally a commander deck, which I think Cameron and Murray from my LGS really don't like playing against, because it's not a good deck, it's just very, very good at beating bad decks in Commander. And it was just literally ramp into stuff like, into stuff like that. Into stuff like, Avenger of Zendikar. That deck is really fun, though. Okay, play a land, and... Can we even cast this yet? We can't, can we? 1 mana short still. Oh, good god. Okay, I guess we're just playing this out. What did you splash blue for? That's really interesting. What, for counter spells or something? How much does this cost? So, 6 more. So, yeah, we're a mana short, but we're going to be a mana short next turn as well, because they'll take the Serum Visions with the Skews. Yeah, you should do. That deck was really, really fun, and like legitimately cheap to build as well. Like, or you could build it for an extremely cheap cost. Like, you could probably build it for $20 if you really wanted to, assuming you had the. You kind of need the Blood Moon, so. Moonfolk. You know, I think I have to take the damage here. I clearly can't block. I'm going to take the damage here. I think I just have to. I don't really have a choice. They can activate this to give them all +1/+1. But if I block, I'm not getting anywhere. Ah, dear, we are literally dead, aren't we? Yep, I'm 1 mana short, and I can't counter anything, so we're dead. Okay, yeah, this might be the quickest deck I get rid of and go and play a different deck. This might be extremely quick, Cameron. This is so bad. It's really bad. I'm going to play one more game with it. Meloku, the Clouded Mirror. See, Cameron will know what that is. I don't know what that is. Right, return on you control its own sound to create. Oh, Cameron definitely knows. I know this card. 5 mana? That's so expensive. I guess it doesn't really matter because you're just generating so much like lands from your instants and sorcery. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It's actually really good. I like that. Because then even if you don't have the Avenger out, if you have the Avenger out, then you get your plant tokens even bigger. Right, so we're mulliganing this hand, obviously. But if you do have the, even if you don't have it out, then you can still, like, it's no problem, like, making a 1/1 every turn. That's cool. Ooh, an actual decent hand. And that's a good start as well, okay. It's just, oh my god. Oh, good god. Okay. Oh, good grief. We're going to get wrecked. I'm going to take a land. Snapcaster Mage probably isn't that important right now. Yeah, we need land. So land and... Can we do anything with this Snapcaster Mage? I don't think we can. So I'm going to put it to the bottom. We don't have any... Like, we need removal at the minute. And it's like 4 damage is not removal. I mean... First of all, I hate anything mono blue. Or anything that involves counterspells, and anything blue usually means counterspells. I can't think of any blue deck in Modern that doesn't play a counterspell. Oh my god, we're gonna get wrecked. We are gonna get wrecked. Okay. Also, like, Tron is... Mono Blue Tron probably involves a bit more, like, interaction than regular Tron, but Tron in general is just so boring. Like, I mean, it's not as bad as this crap that Cameron's put together here, but it's still pretty crap, let's be honest. Okay, put down the thing in the ice. That's I think if this leaves the battlefield, we're in trouble. You know what? I'm so convinced I'm not going to play another game of this that I'm going to start preparing a different deck to play. This is nonsense, Cameron. This is utter shite. I can see, like, splashing a second colour, it could be very, very good, but stuff like, what is this? It's just like, Psionic Blast, and Deprive I get, but look, this is just nonsense. Let's start building another deck. Yeah, put on Goldfish, and then I'll be happy to play that. Please don't be a Path to Exile. Please don't be a Path to Exile. Please don't. Does this deck even play... Wait. Since when does this deck play... Yavimaya Coast? What? Okay. Well, this goes and gets the amulet. Which is cool. We can kind of counter the amulet, but I don't even know if we want to counter the amulet, to be honest. So if you put it on Goldfish now, I'd probably just play it next. Like, Moon Plants is really fun. I think it is, anyway. Many people probably don't think it's fun. Oh, yeah, we can't even counter it now. Oops. Okay, whatever. Well, the good news is, like, we can just keep returning stuff to their hand. Well, not keep return, but we can return stuff to their hand. And I guess here we're looking to do nothing. And just Vendilion Clique on end step instead. Because we can hold up Deprive. And we can still Vendilion Clique on end step. Okay, cool. You can always just, like, you don't have to email me. You can just literally put the link in the chat here. It's fine. Okay, that's going to resolve. We're not going to deprive an Ancient Stirrings. Especially when they've already got the amulet down. Okay, well, we're just going to block. Hello, I'd like to block this one. Why can't I block? Okay. I have no idea what's going on with my connection. Yeah, take one. One's not a big deal. Okay, so we get to take a look at their hand here and put something onto the field, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, we'll come back to our hand with the Thing in the Ice, which normally wouldn't be a bad thing with stuff like that Vendilion Clique. But to be honest, like, I'd rather just have the actual beta, because eventually they're gonna top deck. Eventually, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, well, we can't take anything, and we can't counter a Primeval Titan now as well. So, yeah, we need to end this game, or we at least need to get an instant in our hand, so that we can cast the counter spell, even though it won't get countered. And then we can Sonic Blast as well, I guess. That's not a great plan, but whatever. Right, so Serum Visions. We'll take an Opt. Absolutely take an Opt. We don't want any more lands, so put this to the bottom, that on top. Right, just go ahead and attack, I guess. Okay, attack. I have no idea if I have internet issues or not. Oh dear. Sure. I guess they have to top deck exactly Primeval Titan, because we can counter like the zero drop, the pacts. We can counter the pact, we just can't counter the Titan. So, the current modern meta is, you thought I'd enjoy Mono Blue more. I would rather, like, I would rather lick a goat's testicle than play Mono Blue. That's how bad I hate Mono Blue. So, Signor Moose. I can't really... Let me have a look at the metagame at the minute. So, do you mean as a living end player? Like, do I enjoy the meta, or as, like, a modern... do I enjoy the modern format in general? Okay, let's play the Mutavault out so we can attack with that next turn, and we'll get him for 3. As far as... So, I'll wait until you... Modern in general, okay. Let me take a quick look at a website to have a look. I certainly enjoy it more now that... now that KCI's gone. Let me have a look. So it's hard to answer that because I'm just looking at the deck here. So it's a tough one. So if you asked me about a year ago, I would have said Modern was hands down, nothing comes close to it, the best format in Magic. Like there is nothing is better. But then Jace got unbanned, which I was fine with. Like, Jace is fine. You know, I think the unbanning of Jace was fine. And then, basically, I'm just going to say blue-white control, and that... I personally hate that deck. Anything that involves blue-white control makes Magic a Modern a worse thing, in my opinion. Jace was fine. Then we gave them... sure... Okay. Then we gave them Teferi. Then we gave them Field of Ruin. Then we gave them Opt. And it's just like, imagine if you gave like any deck in Modern the perfect cards that it could possibly want to turn into an absurd deck. Like, imagine if you gave, like, I don't know, Living End the perfect cascade spells to cascade with, to the point where it could drop to a second colour. It'd just be absurd. Having said that, blue-white control probably is important to the format, because you have stuff like blue-red Drakes, which, like, I guess kind of actually, like, shits on blue-white control, I'm guessing. I don't know that for a certainty. Then you got stuff like Spirits, which I guess actually that's pretty good against blue-white control as well. So, all in all, I don't hate the format. I don't hate Modern whatsoever. Okay, so I'm just going to Sonic Blast this now. I just... I'll be with you in a second. I'm just going to concentrate here. I'm actually going to put Remand on top. Yeah, I'm going to put Remand on top. Even though they have the Cavern of Souls out, it's essentially a redraw, and it does get a counter off this at instant speed. So even if you don't want to return a land to a hand. Like, just because it says we can't counter something doesn't mean we can't target the spell that we can't counter. It's just that it won't be countered. Right. So I'm just going to get him for 3. Right. Okay, I'll come back to Modern in a second. So, I might as well do it now. So, I personally don't... I think Modern is fine at the minute. I just think it's got into this position where it's suddenly turned into a turn 2-3 format, which is not good. There's not a lot of interaction in a lot of decks. Decks are just kind of like, I'm going to do my thing, and if you don't have an answer, sucks to be you. And... I mean, when it gets to the point that, like, Tron is too slow, even with a nut draw, that says everything you need to say about Modern. And that's not me, like, sympathising for Tron. Believe me, I hate Tron. But that's not a good position for Modern to be in my opinion. You got stuff like Spirits, which, okay, Tron is probably going to be okay against Spirits. Like, Spirits is, like, a fair deck, so let's give Spirits a break. Humans as well. Yes, we use that ability. So then you got stuff like Storm, which is probably too slow for Tron. You've got... Let's have a look here. Yeah, the Drake's deck. Hollow One still exists. Like, to be fair, actually, that's probably as bad as it gets. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I'm just talking shit. Maybe it's a fine format. As far as Living End goes, I'm perfectly okay with the format on the condition that we don't get matched up against blue-white control. Spirits... Living End players seem to think Spirits is like a close to unwinnable matchup. It's really not. In my opinion, I don't think it's that bad. You have to rebuild your sideboard, though. I think it has a lot of good matchups. I personally feel like Blue-Red Drakes is a great matchup for Living End. It's probably the only deck that wants... I don't want to say actively wants to see Blue-Red aggro. The reason being is it's a deck that, like, kind of doesn't have many win conditions in its deck. And it doesn't have that many counterspells in the main either. I don't think it has any. I think it only has a couple of spell piercers in the sideboard. So a deck that's, like, not doing a lot is kind of... And is winning with creature aggro is kind of where Living End wants to be. So I'm just going to keep attacking him with my 3/3 here. Do we Serum Visions for this? I don't think we do we? I don't think it's worth it. I think we can just counter anything they want to play, and then I'll just flip this next turn if I have to. This has been, like, really slow. Sorry, guys. It's been really slow and shit. So, yeah, Teleria West will get a 0 drop, but we can count... Well, we can remand the 0 drop back to the hand, so they counter it again, so we get to draw a card, flip this. So I'm going to remand first so we get to draw a card. I'd rather not use my Deprive, but if I have to, I will. Really? Oh, something... Yeah, cool, whatever. Sounds good. So it was a good top deck for them, and... Okay, so we know they have the Summoner's Pact. We're going to counter the Summoner's Pact, and... Surely get to play these two cards out again, but whatever. Living End's actually a fine matchup for Control, for Dredge. So, against Dredge, you first of all need to hope they don't get the... It depends on your build of Living End, actually. Against Dredge, you need to hope one of two things. In this deck, or in the... Moonplants deck. So... Living End, I think, is an okay matchup for Dredge. You just need to kind of... It depends on your build. Snake and Retreat? Oh, I guess. What, this one? I suppose, yeah, what, yeah, 1-0 Coral Helmet would be like, yeah, crazy, right? No. So yeah, against Dredge, you need to hope they don't hit loads of the Creeping Chills now. But if they don't hit loads of Creeping Chills, you're perfectly fine. It's a really good matchup. Because when they do finally build up a bit of a board, assuming you have the Violent Outburst in your hand... Yeah, Bloodbraid Elves is fine. I'm perfectly fine with people playing Bloodbraid Elves. A lot of Living End players don't like Bloodbraid Elves at the minute because they don't like change. But Bloodbraid Elf is really good against blue-white control. You can start putting creatures out that they have to deal with and they can't just keep holding up counter magic. So yeah, against Dredge, you need to wait for them to make a move. What? I ain't doing that yet. Oh, you mean for a... That's just not going to happen, Cameron, is it? Yeah, Pharaoh Macabres are really important in the Dredge matchup, assuming you don't have... If you don't play ley lines. I personally don't think you need ley lines in Living End. I think ley lines is crap. Right, so we're going to play this. Why on earth are they playing it on 2? That's really random. Okay, our opponent gives up. Cool. Thank God, because that was getting tedious. Maybe this is a good matchup? I don't know. Oh no! I just submit the deck! Well, we're going to have to win without sideboarding, I guess. Right. Let's have a look at my Living End build and I'll show you. Well, we're sitting here waiting. So this is my... I don't play these Death Squash Scavengers anymore. I don't think this card is good. I think Jundillion... Oh, the ley lines. I had some and then I got rid of them because I thought, this card will never see play again in Modern. How wrong was I? Wait, does it? Oh, too late again now. Okay. So yeah, Living End, the cards you want in that matchup with the Ferrimacarbs, if you have ley lines, great, but also Anger of the Gods is so good against Dredge. If you have Anger of the Gods, it's better than ley lines in my opinion, because they can have actual answers to ley line. They can't have answers to Anger of the Gods though. So if you draw Anger of the Gods and you have the mana to cast it, they're going to have to put creatures onto the field, and they're wrecked. It's as simple as that. And then Ferrimacarbs to get rid of any Dredges and or any Conflagrates. Yeah, and also Archfiend of Ifnit absolutely wrecks them. Like, absolutely destroys them. Cameron will tell you Cameron's favourite deck in Modern is Dredge. We'll keep this. We need to find a land. Yeah, Anger of the Gods is insane. Like, I personally... You know what? Actually, I'll probably... Let's go back on this. I probably should actually go up one more Anger of the Gods in this because of the Humans and Spirits matchup. I mean, these two Deathcore Scavengers... This was the Jundillion list. So I will probably put in, the Ricochet Traps in ahead of this, although I don't think Ricochet Trap's that good in Living End anymore, because we can't beat Blue-White Control anyway. It's up to you. I would recommend at least 3 Archfiend of Ifnis, because it's so good against so many decks in Modern that we play against. Even... Like, I was playing... Cameron, you were there. I believe you were watching the game against... yeah, Cameron, you were there at FNM, weren't you? Where I was playing against Boggles, and I kept having to use my Living End with a Rest in Peace out to wipe the board, and my opponent, Sean, kept top decking Boggles. And you'd think, well, what the hell is Archfiend going to do against stuff like Boggles? Pimp Fiend, there you go. There you go. Pimp Fiend, this guy knows. And you can't just keep relying on Living End and getting a perfect graveyard. Archfiend of Ifnit genuinely gets you out of such shit situations. You saw the video, I assume, the other day that I put up, where it was only a 2-minute video, where Archfiend of Ifnit literally saved me. Yeah, he had, it was absurd. And then, I think, didn't you, look at the top of his deck afterwards, Karen? He had another 2 Boggles on top. It was ridiculous. So if it wasn't for Archfiend there, I could have lost that game. I was in a pretty good position, don't get me wrong. But Pimp Fiend there literally saved me. What is... Have I disconnected or is my opponent? Yeah, the elf one. The elf one, the other day. It's just crazy. The only problem is, sometimes... I can understand why people sometimes don't want to put in all 4 copies of Pimp Fiend, because it's 2 mana to cycle, which... If you're more... I'm not an aggressive Living End player. I don't put a crap ton of creatures into my graveyard early, unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, that was insane. That was just I'm going to start doing more videos like that. Highlight videos. Just takes a little while to edit, but it's fine. Also, I don't know if anybody's even remotely interested in this, but yeah, I would say 2 is a minimum, 3 or 4 ideally, but I can understand if you're playing in a meta that has loads of control. I wouldn't want loads of Archfiend of Ifnirs, Pimp Fiends, whatever you want to call it, against a meta that has loads of Storm, loads of Burn, loads of Blue-White Control, basically stuff that is where the Archfiend isn't going to do anything. Also, Archfiend of Ifnir absolutely annihilates Mardu Pyromancer if you get to reanimate it in time. And you get to cycle at least 1 creature, because then it can literally block... It puts the hollow one down to a 3/3, and it can then block the hollow one and not die, unless they use a lightning bolt on it. So Archfiend of Ifnir is even good against hollow one. It's good against so many decks. The only deck you'd think it would be good against, where it probably isn't good against, is Spirits. Because if you resolve a Living End against Spirits, you've probably already won. And... yeah, if you resolve a Living End against Spirits, you've probably already won the game, unless they've got a Rest in Peace out. So you're going to have to hardcast the Archfiend for it to be realistically good, and you'll probably be dead by the time that resolves. So that's the only matchup where I think it seems good, but it's really not. I mean, if you resolve Archfiend against Spirits and they don't have a Path to Exile, the game's over. They're done. Oh! Sorry, I forgot to look at the Moon Plants list. I know you posted it. Where is it? There it is. Let's have a look. So I don't know if it's me or my opponent that's disconnected. So it could be me that's disconnected here. I doubt it. Right, let's take a look at this deck. Here we go. Let's put it on screen while waiting for our opponent here. So this is probably what we're going to play next. Oh, Amulet, really? Amulet of Vigor in there. Oh, it's another Secure Tribe Elder. Okay, never mind. I was going to ask why this over Secure Tribe Elder, but you already have Secure Tribe Elder in there. Farseek. Where is the... Where's the 1-drop? Is our opponent back yet? This has been like the worst stream ever. This is tedious. Right. Still not here, okay. Okay, I can see this working. I was going to say, yeah, Search for Tomorrow is the only one that... Oh, it's me that disconnected. Oh, man. Okay. That's the problem I have with MTGO. Like, you saw there, like, I was waiting for my opponent. It could have been me. Like, I don't know if it's me or my opponent that's disconnected. That's what I really hate about MTGO. It doesn't tell me. Like, if I knew it was me, I would have restarted it. Your friend hates it? Man. How can you hate this deck? It's so simple and... I mean, it's the best crap deck I've ever played. It's, like, so bad, but it's actually good, and it's actually fun as well. It's, like, I think it's fun a lot. I know Cameron probably hates this deck. So... I guess you went with the Dawn Treader Elk over the Search for Tomorrows. Which I don't know if that's good or not. 3 mana to search for a land doesn't seem great, but I guess is much, much, much better when you have the Meloku, or Meliku, I don't know how you say it, and Avenger of Zendikar out. So it's got a much better late game, and then the Calendly Hearts here as well. How many lands are there? 22. How many basics are there here? 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Hey, we're back. Okay, sweet, we can play. We can play. Yeah, I like the idea of a blocker for early as well. Like, it gives you something to do early in the game. The only slight problem I have with that is, if you don't... where are we? If you don't have the turn 1 Amulet of Vigor, you're not really doing anything on turn 1. That was the whole point of Search for Tomorrow. I guess you could play, like, a Shockland tapped, and your Wooded Foothills get your Shocklands out of the way. So it gives you something... But, okay, we'll give it a try. Like, yeah, absolutely. Right, can we play Magic now? Have I disconnected again? Oh my god, I hate MTGO. I think the only changes I'd like to make is maybe trim one of these and one Calny Heart Expedition. Yeah, it is the same guy. It's because I got disconnected. And... man... I'm going to have to disconnect again just to reconnect. God, I hate MTGO sometimes. It's so bad. Okay, I'll log off just in case it is me again. It could be me, but this time it could be my opponent because they might have just gone AFK because they thought I wasn't here. Right, yeah, maybe trimming a Calendly Heart Expedition and because there's a lot of things here that, like, you don't really want in the early game, so it could be a bit clunky in the early game, with a great later game. Having said that, having more of these effects is really good, but we need to actually get to that point, and spending all of our, like, our first, like, second turn and then a part of our third turn to just ramp doesn't seem great, especially when we're not doing anything turn 1. I don't see why we need the Amulet of Vigor either. Like, what's the Amulet of Vigor there for? Sure, it makes lands come in untapped from. I do. Again, this is a. I do run Beast Within. This is a list by Jundillion. It's not my list. This will be very, very close to my list at the minute, but Jundillion doesn't run them. I personally would run a Beast Within probably over one of the Bloodbraid Elves, and I need to have a think about it, actually. I would run 2 Beast Withins, I think. Okay, so your version of... No, it looks like it's my opponent this time. Okay, cool. So the problem with Beast Within is that if you hit it off a Bloodbraid Elf, like, that's a lot of 3-drops you don't want to hit. Sometimes, like, I don't always want to hit... In fact, I really don't want to hit a Beast Within off of the Bloodbraid Elf, because, like... I guess I could Beast Within my own land, but that doesn't seem great. I guess you can always just not cast it as well. But then, if you're not casting the thing you cascade into, it's not good. Like, a lot of people say, like, why are you playing Bloodbraid Elf? Because you could just cascade into Fairy Macabre. That's still 5 power on the board, and it means your control opponent can't just do nothing for the rest of the game. People forget that. Okay, here we go. Right, so lands. Got all the Remands in the world. Let's go ahead and Serum Visions. We're playing Magic. Okay. Serum Visions. Bottom. We need lands. Go, opponent. Go. Anything else is Living End? Wait, what? Well, you can hit, yeah, you got these 4, you got Fulminator Mages here as well, but Fulminator Mages aren't always the worst thing to hit. That's usually not a bad thing. Again, it's like, you still get the 2 power in play, and your opponent has to deal with it at some point. And, yeah, like you said, then you just hit Cascades or Living End, so it's good. Yeah. So, the problem with Beast Within with Bloodbraid Elf is, sometimes you don't really want, like, there's a lot of matchups where Beast Within is a really bad card, like, against Burn. What are you going to Beast Within against Burn? Like, you're going to take their, like, Monastery Swift Spear? It's like, great, you've just given them a 3-3 instead of a 1-2 with Prowess. It's just like, it's 3 mana do nothing, essentially. Oh, sorry, yeah. So, like, against Tron, Blue-White Control, like, even Spirits is pretty good against, assuming you have a target that you can hit with it, is good. Oh my god, we need to hit a land. Vapor Snag, don't want a Vapor Snag. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah, get rid of a Cryptic. Things are going badly. So I would, if you're going to play Bloodbraid Elves, I would probably put them into the sideboard, unless you're in a very specific meta that needs, why am I on Cameron's shitty list here? Yeah, it's just like, you kill their land, and it's just like, Burn needs 2 lands. Which, don't get me wrong, I've won matchups against Burn where they've literally kept a 1 lander on 7 cards, and I turn to Fulminator Mage and win the game because they never draw a land. That doesn't mean it's necessarily a good idea. Oh my god, we're going to get wrecked. We're going to get wrecked. We're going to get turn 3 killed. If they win the game this turn, this is just awful. I don't want to play this. Cameron, this deck sucks. This is awful. This is so bad. I assume we're about to get combo killed here. Yeah, they show me a Primeval Titan. I don't know if it's exactly enough, but I'm conceding the game either way. Wait, what is this? Why on earth would I care about that? I guess it's something that I can't interact with. But we're not making them sacrificing permanents. We're bouncing them back to their hand. Interesting. Okay, no. If there's no land here, okay, I'm done. I am done. Right, we'll play another game. We'll play the last game, then we'll move on. Win, lose, or draw. We're not playing this deck ever again. No. If you're playing Bloodbraid Elves, they're in your main board. But if they're in your main board, I would recommend not having more than one beast within in your main as well. Yeah, it's good against Living End as well. Making them not sacrifice creatures sounds horrendous. Alright, so let's actually bring in some sideboard cards here. So, Commandeer we don't want. Hercule's Recall doesn't really do anything. Ceremonious Rejection doesn't do anything. I guess Jace might be... maybe? Ooh, Vidalcan Shackles sounds great. I'll take Vidalcan Shackles. Although, no, this is really bad, isn't it? Because we have to get to 6 islands. Okay, Vidalcan Shackles is bad. You happy I enjoyed... Cameron, fuck off. You knew going in that I would hate this deck, but I'm too much of a... Like, I must win all the time. Right, so... What do I take out here? What is bad? Sonic Blast really doesn't feel good here whatsoever. They can go. Let's go with that. Whatever. And then we can finally play an actual good deck. That's 7 minutes? Shat. You know what? I'm going to keep this. It is 4 lands, which is a lot for a deck that doesn't want to have that many lands. But A, I don't really care. And B, we've got like Romano Cryptic Command in hand. So like, if we're going to have 4 lands, Cryptic's kind of where we want to be. Kind of hope our opponent doesn't have a good draw. And you know what? Let's go top and top, I think, on that one. Yeah. Okay, you're going to play an island out and pass to them. We have the Deprive on top, so we're not going to play a fetch land. What is Incubation Delirium? Let's have a look at that. Ancient Stirrings. You know what? It resolves. It's fine. What on earth is Incubation Delirium? Jack? Modern Shadow Delirium with Incubation. Is that all opponents? Oh, I kind of wish I would have remanded now. Not going to attack? Okay. What do they find? A Telaria. Oh, they play the Telaria West. Okay, so Deprive. Yeah, whatever. Put it to the top. Top. I'd like to top. Please let me top. I want to top. Oh, I just realised what you meant. The new sorcery spell. What are the top 5 decks in Modern? Let's have a look. Well, Blue-White Control is definitely on there. As much as I hate Blue-White Control, I can't get around the fact that it's a good deck. There's no like denying that whatsoever. As much as I hate to admit it. The best deck in Modern actually right now could be Burn. Because of how many like good things it got in the last set. I don't know if that's necessarily true though. So let's make it... So Dredge would have to be up there, as much as I hate to admit it. Amulet Titan might have to be up there as well at the minute. Spirits. Death Shadow. Blue-red aggro. So we're going to narrow it down to blue-red aggro, red deck wins or burn, Death Shadow, Spirits. I'm not going to put Humans in there at the minute because Humans isn't seen as much play as it was. I'm not going to put Tron in there because Tron's not a good deck in my opinion. Blue-white Control is 5, Dredge is 6, Storm and Amulet Titan. So we've got about 8 there. We need to narrow that down to 5. So I think we can probably get rid of Amulet Titan off of that, probably. And, probably Storm. So we're left with Blue-red, Burn, Death Shadow, Spirits, Blue-white Control, and Dredge. I don't think I could have Dredge in the top 5, because... Oh shit, I'm like kind of spending so much time here talking. I'll have a look in a second. I need to kind of like actually move. See, I think I would have... you know what? Burn's not proven yet. Okay, so Dredge, Dredge, Blue-red Phoenixes, Blue-white Control. Death Shadow is very good at the minute. Like, Death Shadow is really powerful at the minute. And where else did we say? Spirits. In no particular order there either, because it depends on like what the metagame is week by week. It could change. What could be good this week is bad next week. So let's go ahead and Snapcaster Mage on end step. I just want to like draw something to actually help us win the game, and I want to hold up Cryptic Command next turn, so I don't think we're going to be in a position where we do anything anyway. So opt. And put a land to the bottom. We're kind of okay on lands. Although, Vidalcan Shackles would have been good here, actually. Hey, that's what we want. Okay, an island. Yeah, we'll take it, whatever. I guess since we drew it, we'll play out the thing in the ice and pass to them. We have the Reminder to Deprive in hand. Oh, let's take a look at this deck you built for fun. Yeah, we're not attacking. Oh. Just realised I'm on 3 minutes. We'll take a look. So what we've got here? Wild Cantor. What on earth is this? Okay, block here, block here. I'm expecting... I shouldn't have blocked here. I guess my opponent, we can counter it anyway, but my opponent probably has Fire Spout or whatever it's called, the one that can deal 3 damage to each creature. I shouldn't have blocked. Oh, another Azusa. Okay, well, they can have Azusa. Second Thing in the Ice. That ain't good. Okay, play Thing in the Ice number 2. Pass to them. Is this a horror on the front side as well? It is. Wow. That's good. Yeah, go ahead. Sure, that can resolve. So we need to end this game pretty quick. This might actually be a... Maybe this is a decent matchup for us. Right, I will take a look at it in a second. I need to, yeah, not die to, like, time out here. Okay, opponent's going to bounce stuff. Okay. Get a land. Sounds good. Okay, top that, bottom that. That might allow us to just kind of go off here. Next turn. Yeah, pass them. I think we can probably win next turn. If they cast anything, I'm probably just going to counter it now because I want to get these... Yeah, remand that back to the hand. I want to get these counters off the thing in the ice, and then, yeah, so they're going to cast it again, obviously. Then we'll deprive it, probably. We could also just Vapor Snag. I'll probably Vapor Snag on end step. Yeah, let's deprive it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just want to get, like, by rights, we should probably hold this up for a prime time. Ooh, get wrecked, Dan. Get wrecked. Okay. Luckily, we have the Vapor Snag, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to fetch now. They could have a Pact of Negation, but that's probably not going to matter. I don't think they can go off here anyway. Yeah, I don't think a Pact of Negation is going to matter in the slightest. Because even if they counter it, we still get to flip all their stuff back to their hand. I don't know what my opponent is. They should probably get some life gain here because we're so close to flipping these things. Right, so this is your deck from before. Let's take a look. Oh, wait, no. Simics, okay, sure. Resolve. I guess we don't Vapor Snag. Just because, like, it's wasted damage. Like, we're not... That's wasted damage. Because this won't resolve, because there'll be no target. And obviously, I'm obviously not going to target my own thing in the ice. Disrupting Shoal, sure. Actually, I probably should have done it. What am I talking about? Whatever. Okay. Just send this back to the hand. Yeah. Like I say, none of this stuff... This isn't going to resolve, because there's going to be no targets on the field. Okay, they're going to put something into play? Sure. So yeah, they're dead next turn. Cool. Oh, it's kind of gone now. Sweet. So they have to pay mana. This is the last turn. Unless they can deal with the board. Okay, so I'm going to remand this back to the hand. Should I do this? Yeah, I probably should. Because they, like, it's as good as a cryptic command anyway. They have the Pact of Negate, fine, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. They can gain some life here, but again, it's not... Because we could just bounce this back to their hand. I believe. And yeah, Pact of Negation will be what they need, but we know they have... I think they have an Azusa and a... So yeah, we know about 2 of the cards in their hand. We're going to know about... Yeah, we know about 3 cards in their hand. 2 cards in their hands. Oh, the plants actually are a bit annoying. We can still, like, tap draw, though. Okay. Okay, so that should do it. We got there, sweet. Okay. Thank God I never have to play this fucking deck again. Jesus Christ. Cameron, that was awful. That was the worst thing I have ever experienced in my life. And someone once punched me in the face. That's actually not true, but... Why would you punch something as pretty as this? You just wouldn't, would you? Right, let's play this. Let's play something else. Cameron, that was just awful. I should probably do like an outro. So here's, right, here you go. Here's a very, very simple outro. What you should do. Okay, take here's what you should do to make this deck really, really good, right? Okay, or just like more enjoyable to play. All right, take all of these cards here. All right, all of these cards here, and then you move them all up here. Okay, that's what you do. Then you see your sideboard. You take all of these cards here, and you move them up here. Okay, so you've got a nice, empty, fresh deck, and build whatever you like, because it's better than that pile of crap Cameron just gave me. Thanks for watching, guys. Right. Where is the plants list? Oh, can you post the plants list again? I think I've lost it. Oh, no, it's here. Never mind, it's here. Right. I will just get this together, and my girlfriend may come home soon, so I might have to talk off screen. Well, there's no may about it. She will be home reasonably soon. But, she already saw me today, so she probably wants to see as little amount of me as she possibly can, so she'll probably just go for a shower or something. Right, I have to... Oh, I have to return all my cards first, then I can get some more. Don't know if there's a quick way of doing this, but here we go. Put all my cards into here again. Yep. Any more? Sweet. Right. I wonder if I can change the name of the stream mid. Can I not change it midstream? That kind of sucks. Here we go, okay. So what is this? Is this Teema Moon Plants, right? Teema Moon Plants. Okay. That's what we'll go with. Why are they not asking for their cards back? Do I get to keep the cards? That'd be great. Right, okay, so, sorry guys, it's going to take a little while. Apparently, it's taking them forever to ask for these cards back, so, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so I'll just relog back in. Maybe I've got connection issues, who knows. What's that, the moon plants list? I have no idea. I ignored it. I was like, okay, we'll ignore the... I don't... but the problem I have isn't so much that... I could play... I guess I could play Arena if you really want to, but I don't own any cards anymore, because, like, the cards aren't worth anything. So I sold them all before the value went down. I probably will buy Living End again, apart from the fact I have to buy Fetch Lands again, when Fetch Lands still are reasonably expensive. If you really want to watch me play Arena, I can, but... yeah. How much do I have of a living end deck? Let's have a look. Oh my god, no, it's definitely my connection. What is going on? Okay. So I also have work off tomorrow, so yeah, I'm using a subscription service. Okay, I'll play some Arena while I'm waiting for this. I better actually restart Mana Traders. There we go. That should hopefully make them hurry up. Yeah, I do subscribe it. I think Arena servers will be around for a while. Somebody put up a good point the other day. I think it might have been Jeff Hoogland, actually. And if you really want to see someone who's extremely knowledgeable about Modern, I always recommend people go to Jeff Hoogland. Even sometimes he can come across in the wrong way, like extremely arrogant, extremely like full of himself. And I think he's probably admitted that himself in the past. He's got a little bit better. But there's no doubting, if you want to learn anything about Modern, not just your deck, but Modern in general, you should definitely watch Jeff Hoogland streams. Like, absolutely. He's by far the best person articulating himself as to what he's going to do in Modern. But anyway, back to the original point. Jeff Hoogland said that maybe it wasn't Jeff Hoogland, maybe it was someone else, whatever. He did say that one thing that's going to happen really well with MTGO going forward is that it's probably going to be, when the prices get low enough, it'll probably be a very, very, very good time, and he memes decks as well, that's true. It'll be a very, very good time to buy into Modern on MTGO because you can get like a Jund deck for like 100 tickets, which, don't get me wrong, is still a lot of money to a lot of people. It's a lot of money to me in one go. But like compared to like 2 years ago where you were looking at close to like 800-900 tickets, that's dirt cheap. My internet connection is really bad, isn't it? I need to sort that out. I'll probably sort it out tonight. So I don't think Arena MTGO servers will go anywhere. I need to build a deck, sorry. And where's Arena? I will show you... You know what? I'll play a deck on Arena that I absolutely love, but it's really bad. Like, whenever I play it, I lose. I was at one point in the top 500 players in Mythic. And then I started playing this deck, and I've gone down to, like, much, much worse. Let's just put it that way. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot worse. Like, really bad. Meanwhile, I'm just going to put this Mana Traders thing, this deck together. So let's upload a deck. Oh, good God. It's going to take a while. So if any of you want to play Arena, I would strongly, strongly, strongly suggest you build a deck that is very, very good against Mono Red. If you build a deck that's good against Mono Red, you will win more games than you lose. And that's how I got into the top so many players in Mythic. I can't remember the exact number, but it was way inside the top 500, probably even inside the top 400 at one point. But then the problem with like Arena is when you lose one game, you go down like 200 places. It's just ridiculous near the top. It's just not worth it. I don't care that much. I wanted to get Mythic so I could get the maximum amount of... Oh, of course, Arena needs to, like, Arena needs to start up. Yeah, I mean, my subscription for card rent... Oh my god, my screen, what is going on? Oh, it's because I'm downloading... Sorry, I'm going to have to turn off Arena. That's why my screen's gone really bad. It's because it's downloading Arena. My internet connection's gone really bad. Get rid of that. Okay, sorry, there's a lot of questions there. So, Arena is free to play, but you need to pay... you will need to invest some amount of money to get a decent deck. I probably spent more than the average person on it. Oh my god, my connection, is it getting better? Hopefully. Boros Aggro is pretty good. Boros Aggro is really, really, really good in Arena. Sorry, I'm trying to rent this deck. Here we go. There we go. Right, so we should have the deck coming through now. Any second. So I'll answer some questions. Right. So, is the screen really, like, blurred for you guys as well, or is it just me? I don't know if it's just me. Oh, jeez, I didn't spend that much. So, what you need to do is, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Let me restart. It looks fine. You see, mine's really blurred, but I don't know why. So, whatever. Kind of hoping you guys can still see me. Oh, it's got a bit better for me now. Okay, that's cool. Right, so... Sorry, I always do this where I get off track. So, Boros Token Aggro is still viable. It's very, very good. If you play against a deck that isn't mono-red, and you might even be okay against mono-red, to be honest, then it's really powerful. It's really bad against Golgari and Sultai. Sultai is what I built. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's... Yeah, I meant to have like a... I paid a lot for our internet connection, so it better be like not messing up on me. It doesn't usually happen, so hopefully this is a one-off. Yeah, Boros Aggro is quite good. Whenever I play against it, they have really, really, really good top decks. It's also quite a cheap deck to build. My recommendation to people who play Arena is take advantage of the offer they give you at the beginning, where for, I think, for $5, here we go, here's the deck. Yeah, it's definitely my laggy connection. I don't know what's going on. Just ask them to send it over again. There's an offer they give you where for $5 you get enough gems to buy 15 packs, and they give you, or 10 packs, and they give you 5 packs on top of that of M19. And then you have excess gems, so for an extra $5 you can also get another, I think it's 5 or 6 packs on top of that. So for $10 you can get 20 packs on your intro. And with 20 packs, plus the amount of free decks you get with like genuinely good cards, like you get Carnage Tyrants in there and other mythics as well, that they give you when you first play, you can make a genuinely good deck. Well, you should be able to, if you don't have bad luck. Let's just take these cards. I built Sultai. Wait, where are the rest of these cards? Or is that all of it? I guess they don't send basics over, so that's probably why. They don't give you basics. You have to supply your own basics, which is whatever. There we go. Right, submit that. We'll put some basics in. Yeah, you should just build one deck on Arena, and it's kind of pay to win, but if you're smart with your money and what you spend your gems on and all that kind of stuff, and you just play the game, it shouldn't take you that long to get a genuinely good tier 1 deck. I bought a lot of random mythics I ended up not playing with. Unfortunately, I can't play Arena now because I have to download it, and that's going to completely lag up the connection again. It looks like the connection's kind of sorted itself out. Right. So, we want to go into Modern, and we'll add a deck. Teamer Plants. So let's see how good this deck's going to be. Where's your deck list? Put that over here so I can... Ugh. There we go. Two of those to the sideboard. We want red. And we want green. Okay. Scoos. Mainboard. Oh, you don't have Bloodberry Elves in here, do you? Ah, whatever. We'll play without Bloodberry Elves. Give it a go. You know what? I'm going to put a couple of Bloodbraid Elves in here. Because look at these really good spells you get off Bloodbraid Elf. That seems pretty good. Yeah, I'll put 3 in. We'll go with 3. So we need an Avenger. What do we need? Mountain. Okay, so lands. Colony Garden. I think this was actually... Colony Garden was actually the weak point of the land base, I think. I don't think it was worth the token. It's good for blocking in the early game, but quite often it was coming out tapped and it was like, ugh. Right, what am I missing here? Summoners Pact Lightning Bolt, Farseed, Primal Commands. They're in there. They're in there. What's missing? 2 lands. Oh, Breeding Pool. I think my girlfriend's home. And a borrow. That card again. Man, there are a lot of 3 Graph Diggers cages. You know what? I'm going to go with 2 Graph Diggers and 1 Relic. Because there's some decks where Graph Diggers just isn't that good, like Living Ends. Shatterstorm. Skews is in there, Anger of the Gods. Wait, Skews in the main? So what am I missing from the main? Primal Commands, they're in there. Oh, actually, yeah, where are amulets? Oh, there we go, amulets, okay. 4 to the deck, right. So 2 cards need to come out of this main. Let's trim a Nissa. Oh, no, that's a bad idea. That's a win condition. We need a Nissa. Let's trim an Elk, there we go. 1 Elk, and I guess we'll trim 1 Bloodbraid Elf, because we don't need to see Bloodbraid Elf. Okay. Let's play some games. Finally, we're there. Sorry, guys, it took so long. Right. What the hell is Zombie Revival? I've never heard of that. Like this. Oh, now what? What's wrong now? Why can't I play games now? I'll just log back in, whatever. Oh, I can get rid of that deck. That is never getting played again. Right. I was on custom. Oh, I guess I'll have to just log back in now. Yeah, my girlfriend is home. She's going to get a shower, so hopefully she doesn't expose herself on camera at some point. That would be bad for everyone. Trust me, you do not want to see that. But don't tell her I said that, because yeah, she will kill me. I was going to say something, actually. Me and my girlfriend are going to be working on something soon to do with, yeah. She's, she will kill me if I say something like that to her. And she's much bigger than me. Well, she's not much bigger than me. I mean, come on, Jesus Christ. She's not like, you know, shot putting for Russia in the Olympics or anything like that. Just doing the javelin. Right. Yeah, we're working on something where we're going to be doing a Are we online yet? Okay, let's give this a chance. Well, we're going to be putting... we're going to be doing a... kind of in the way that I do my Something Different series, where I play weird decks and commentate over them, or narrate over how the gameplay went. What is going on? Whatever. Give it a second. We don't want open play, we want tournaments. We're going to be doing a kind of, like, the entire... like, we're going to start, I think, Kaladesh, which is one of the worst blocks ever printed, but we're going to be, like, narrating the entire story for that. The story for Kaladesh. In the style from before. So we're going to shrink the entire Kaladesh stories down to about 10 to 15, 20 minutes, and then narrating over it. So that's a long way off, though. We need to read through the entire thing and shrink it down. But my girlfriend looks after school children, so she reads a lot of stories to school children all the time. So obviously she's very, very well versed in that kind of stuff, so she can do a lot of the narrating. Yeah. I have no idea what's going on, by the way, at all. I don't know why we can't play games. So this is fine. Yeah, we have a deck. It's fully legal. Format modern. Why can't we play? Can we enter a league? So why can't we go in the queues? I don't understand. I don't understand this whatsoever. So we can enter the leagues, but we can't enter a 1v1 queue. How bizarre. Well, you know what? Do I have enough tickets for a queue? A league? No, one ticket off. Here we... No, that's league again. Here we go. We're fine. We're fine. We can play. Now we just gotta wait for someone to actually come along. Right. Zombie Revival. Let's have a look. And we're in a game. Okay. Oh, this is like a zombie deck, but taking advantage of the new Revival Revenge. That Revival card's pretty good. I can see modern play, like genuine modern play in a decent deck. No offense to your opponent here, but it's, you know, zombies in modern. Let's be realistic. You know, it's not. This is a decent deck though. This isn't not bad. Although I question the need for Desecrated Tomb, but sure, okay. Right, let's play some games. We'll play first. Don't know how many games we're going to be able to play, but we should be able to play some amount of games. So, whoa, what's this? What's this card do? I think we keep... Oh, whoa. I've just seen... I fixated on this, and then I saw the 2 Bloodbraid Elves, 2 Nissas. Oh, crap. You know what? We'll keep. We have a lot of good draws. We need to find a red source. I just figured, actually, how many red sources do we even have in this deck? I didn't even think about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is not a lot, but then we can Farseek and all that kind of stuff for it. Okay, that's reasonable. Right, so play this and play the Amulet. I suspect our opponent might think we're on Amulet of Titan. Amulet of Titan? Amulet Titan. It's like, oh, ugh, Creeping Tar Pit. Hey, we always had it. We always had it. So let's play this. And we'll not pay 2 life because we don't have to. And pass to them. So far the Amulet has made absolutely no difference, but that's more to do with the rest of our hand than the Amulet being bad. But we can cast a Nissa next turn, assuming they don't have... they don't hold up counter spells, but I'd be quite happy to trade a Nissa for a counter spell in their hand. So this is not a counter spell. By the way, a Thoughtseize from them right now will be amazing. Yes! 2 mana Time Walk yourself. I like it. 2 mana Gataxian Probe without the without the draw card. I like it. Sounds good, my friend. Oh my god. That's gotta feel bad. That's gotta feel bad. Right, so we're not gonna cast Farseek. We'll not pay 2 life. Okay, Nissa. And yeah, just make a plant token. The problem with Nissa is, it's not bad getting a Planeswalker down, obviously that's great. But at the same time, she doesn't really do anything for a long time. I mean, it applies pressure to the board, it puts stuff on the board, so it's not bad. But it doesn't really do anything either. Okay, so our opponent had something in hand there, I think, and they were thinking about what they want to do. Oh, no! Who's going to be a Vendilion Clique? Son of a bitch. Never lucky. Why can't we be on the play? Oh, we were on the play, weren't we? Never mind. Always lucky. Sure. Vendilion Clique. This Blood Moon's going bye-bye. I suspect this Blood Moon's going bye-bye anyway. Yeah. It's just like, they must have no idea, like, what is going on. It's just like, I mean, I guess this is like, from their point of view, it looks like a really weird, bad amalgamation of, like, Ponza and Amulet Titan, I guess. Yeah, the Blood Moon's gone. Like, I might as well have, like, if I was playing in paper, I literally would have revealed it before I revealed the rest of the hand and just put it into the bottom of my library, because there's no way I'm keeping it. That ain't resolving. Or that ain't staying in my hand. Get to draw 2 cards this turn, though. That's a positive. Obviously, I'd much rather have Blood Moon, but, you know, that's the way it is. Ooh, Summoner's Pact, eh? We can't really use that. So, yeah, let's just Farseek. Make sure we can get down our land. Start putting Bloodbraid Elves on the field next turn. Yeah, there's no need to pay 2 life, so... Okay, so tick up with Nissa, get another token, and pass to them. Okay. Yeah, we'll not be attacking for now. The plants don't have Defender. Otherwise, this deck would be really bad. And it has been a slow day on MTGO today. Really slow. Field of Ruin... Whew. Deal. Spend your entire turn to kill a Nissa when you know we have another one in our hand? Okay. I mean, it's not good for us, don't get me wrong, because we have no pressure. I guess we could put a Bloodbraid Elf down next turn, which could be good. Can you imagine if we like Bloodbraid Elf and we get to take we get a Blood Moon? Wouldn't that be great? So fingers crossed on top decks. You know, we'll take a land. We'll take a land. Okay, so red. Let's go with this one. And I guess we'll hold up red. We don't need to hold up blue. Because the only blue card in here is the 5-mana creature. Okay, you know what? We'll take a lightning bolt. That's cool. That's fine. Moonfolk. Wait, is the... Oh. I'm going to wait for my opponent to cast his Collective Brutality. I assume they're going to take a look at our hand. But I might cast this Summoner's Pact in response. I think it's probably worth it. Oh, right. Well, in that case, I'm not going to do anything. Okay, that's fine. See how much value that Bloodbraid Elf got for us? It, like, took an opponent's turn off them and it got rid of a Vendilion Clique. That's really good. We're 1 mana off being able to cast a... Yeah, 1 mana off being able to cast a Avenger of Zendikar. There's no point Summoner's Pacting yet. I'm going to cast Bloodbraid Elf. The reason being is because if we hit anything that can fetch us a land... Should have been more specific. That doesn't. Then we could have cast the Nissa, but we can't now. So never mind. Never mind. See if my opponent wants to trade. I will trade a Bloodbraid Elf for your Snapcaster. I want to keep the board clear. Yep, that's cool. We're trying to clear the way for later in the game. Okay. Doing the dark. I'm streaming, alright, so don't be coming over here. Okay, that's fine. We can lose the You're right.
No.
Why?
Can't come over there.
Oh, you really want to come over here, do you? Yeah. Okay. Right, I'll get the blue source here. And that should be fine. It doesn't really matter. Liliana. Oh, man. I'm going to discard... I'm going to discard a Summoner's Pact here. We need to find a win condition, but I also want to kill Liliana next turn, so... yeah. What would have been really nice if we had the... what you can do is you can Summoner's Pact in response to a Liliana here for a Obstinate Baloth, but unfortunately the Obstinate Baloth is in our sideboard. Right, so let's go ahead and just go to our turn. So we can put down Nissa. I'm assuming they don't have anything that can counter the Nissa here. And then we can just kill Liliana. Land isn't really where we want to be, but whatever. I guess there's no harm in playing it. Nissa. So yeah, I'm going to minus 2 on Nissa here to kill things. So the reason I don't know if it was clear there, but the reason I got rid of the Summoner's Pact over Nissa is because I would have to... Yeah, 7 lands. I guess I could have, like... I could have main phase cast Summoner's Pact to get the Primeval Titan, the Avenger of Zendikar. But then we're not really doing anything. All we're doing is putting Avenger of Zendikar down, and that's it, really. Okay, so we'll sacrifice this to go and get more lands. Which isn't... It's not a massive deal. Yeah, I'm going to get a mountain. Hey, it comes out untapped. Yeah, we don't want to be fetching with these, because if we do top deck an Avenger, we want to be able to actually cast it. Okay, well that's not really an Avenger, but cool. Right, make a plant token. And probably starts with 1 card in hand, so, you know, it's not all doom and gloom. The only slight problem is they have a creeping tar pit, so this is about to go bye-bye. We do have good top decks, though. What do we have in the sideboard here? We don't really have much for this matchup. I guess, like, Scavenging Ooze is okay, because it's something we can put down to present, like, a potential win condition. The Obstinate Baloffs are really good as well. But, like, Grafdiggers against, just to deal with Snapcaster doesn't feel great. Alright. And is our connection gone as our opponents? Who knows? Yeah, it'd be kind of okay if they counter it. Like, if they had the 4th land up, I wouldn't have cast this. Because I don't want to, like, get it Cryptic Commanded. That sounds really bad. Like, just to resolve this, I'm going to give my opponent the chance to, like, counter something and draw another card. It's like, eh. I guess they'll have to counter it eventually anyway. I don't know if it's our connection that's gone or our opponents. I know it's not my internet connection now. Guess I should just restart just in case it is us. Save some time. Cages are okay. They're fine. I mean, what other graveyard hate do you really get? You get like Relic and that's it. Like Relic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset and see what happens. Relic isn't that good. Okay, it looks like we're straight back in. So hopefully it's our opponent that's got the connection issues, so I don't have to deal with it. Did you decide what you wanted for dinner yet? No. You're just gonna have crackers. There we go. So it was us that had the internet connection issues. Right, so pass. This is like typifies why I just don't like Wizards like as a company. Nice. Like, look at this crap. It's just like, it's definitely not my internet connection, is it? Let me put a video on this Game of Thrones video. There we go. Yeah, here we go, look. There is a Game of Thrones video currently being like played in 1080 and it's clear as anything, no lag whatsoever. I'll just pause it there, but I won't pause it, there we go. And yet this is happening on MTGO. It's just ridiculous. It's just like, couldn't you have just like fixed your like old product before you went and designed Arena? Which, don't get me wrong, I get why you put effort into Arena, but come on. I'll try and restart again, and this might be at the end of the stream, unfortunately, because this is just crazy. We're down to like, we've used 10 minutes already of the time. And I mean, my time would be much better served like actually making some kind of content instead of waiting for MTGO to start working. I'm streaming again tomorrow though, but I'll probably be playing Living End tomorrow. I've got a Mardu Living End deck I want to play. Okay, can we actually go yet? You can see here, like, okay, so we're actually moving now. Finally. Okay. That just cost us like, what, 6 or 7 minutes of our game time? Yeah, I'll be playing tomorrow. Like I say, I'll be playing Living End probably tomorrow. Okay, Thought Scour themselves. Sounds good. So they probably have Taskers in their deck if they're playing Thought Scour. So it's like blue-black control, which might be an okay matchup here, actually. So this is a Creeping Tar Pit, yeah. But we've got a 1-1. Right, so I'm not going to fetch. I mean, we're getting... This is a 22 land deck. We're getting a bit mana flooded here, actually. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, half the cards out of our library are lands. So this is how we lose. I might have to fetch soon just to like fin our library of lands. Yeah, I mean, I should probably start at least getting rid of this, because like this 1 point of damage is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I think there's only... Is there only 2 Nissas in the deck? Oh, there's 3, so a third Nissa, to be fair, does something. But it's not relevant, the Secure Tribe Elder, so I might just like sacrifice this just to like shrink my library of lands. Like a 1 point of damage turn just isn't going to do anything. Or Snapcaster doing Thor Scouring or something? Okay. Well, now the Secure Tribe probably is worth keeping around because it can block the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, that's true. We do have the Cloud here. And it's getting to the point, actually, where there's a very real chance we won't be able to resolve an Avenger of Zendikar even if we draw it now. Because unfortunately, our opponent is a person who has to play blue decks. C'est la vie. Okay, so I'm going to give it 1 turn to actually draw something. And then I'll just concede if we don't. So this is our window to actually find something. I don't understand why you would play blue-black when blue-white is just, like, so much better. Okay. So taking a look at the top card of our library. Let's see what they did with it. Okay, so show game log. They put card on top. Oh, they looked at their own deck. Okay, never mind. Guess I'm gonna keep the Secure Tribe Elder around for now, and Lightning Bolt. Okay. Yeah, this deck doesn't want to play against control decks, really. Or if it does, it wants to have a good hand, not whatever that crap was. So we'll take the Baloffs, and... Scoozers are okay because they put something on the field. Even if it only trades with one of their cards, it's better than what we have. Let's get rid of... We don't really have anything. I could trim a bolt. That doesn't seem especially good. Trim one of these guys at the top end. And trim a Nissa. I'm actually going to keep the Amulet of Vigors in. Because I think we kind of need to hit an Avenger of Zendikar and kind of go off. Let's trim one of these guys. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, I don't know. It's not working out that great. This is just not a good matchup, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was just unfortunate we top decked so badly for most of the game there. But yeah, that didn't go great. I'm more bothered about the fact that we can't actually stay in the game for some reason. Right. I don't think I've lagged out. I think my opponent's just... I'll hang around for 30 seconds. It's, you know... It's not going to affect the game time. If it's just that's lagged out, then it'll stop at 0. I assume. Okay. Might have to get in touch with Wizards, see if it's something that I can change. You hungry now?
I'm eating my crackers.
You have any crackers?
We had a really early dinner. For lunch.
Lunched. Well, what, you midday?
Why is it even 5 o'clock?
Oh. Okay, we'll play first. I think that's a mulligan. Which is a real shame, because actually that hand wasn't awful. Okay, we'll keep this hand. I'm actually going to keep that on top, because I'm fully expecting some kind of hand disruption or something to do with the Blood Moon, so it gives us something to play on turn 3, even if they have a way of dealing with Blood Moon. Okay. So... Right, yeah, I'm going to play the Elk here. So the reason I'm doing this is because if our opponent has hand disruption next turn, we can, and they take the Blood Moon, we still have a turn 3 where we can sacrifice this and play the Farseek, so we can ramp out and use all of our mana next turn. What's this? So we're on here, Grixis Living End, the Electro Dominance version. What I'd like to do with that deck is go up one more As Foretold and down one Karazev's Expertise. Karazev's Expertise isn't actually a very good card. Or if you're playing that many Karazev's Expertise, I would probably just put one Forbidden Orchard into the deck so you can give your opponent a token. At least you have that out. Yeah. Oh, are we going to resolve? Holy crap, we're going to get to resolve it. Okay. The blood moon will resolve. Happy days. Yes, any colour as well, which is really good. You could maybe trim a land there as well, because you don't need that many lands. Like 19 is plenty. You've got a deck that draws a lot of cards there. I would... what's the splash on black? Just a blood crypt. And a watery grave. Yeah, I can see why you... I was about to say you could probably put some Horror of the Broken Lands in there, but with not the best amount of black cycling ever, it's quite hard. So yeah, maybe not. I know you can discard them to the Faithless Looting, but that's only 4 cards that can do that. So yeah, I'll probably go down like Carrier's Expertise. Probably even both, to be honest. Asphodel is just a much better card for the same converted mana cost. So what's going on here? Snapcaster. They're getting their blue lands. That kind of sucks. But outside of Cryptic Command, they don't deal with enchantments very well. There's a Tasker in their graveyard as well. That's really good for us. Okay, Stomping Ground. So let's go ahead and Farseek. Get another Stomping Ground. We may as well. I just misplayed. I shouldn't have got a Stomping Ground because now I can't sacrifice this. And I want to sacrifice this. I don't want to... I don't want to trade this for a Snapcaster Mage. It's not worth it. I should have got a... no, I should have got... Yeah, I should have got a Forest, not a Stomping Ground. Mistakes were made. I was saying that I couldn't sacrifice this anyway because it would have come out tapped. So either way, I wasn't going to be able to do that. Yeah, we'll take the 2 points of damage here. That's fine. Man, they hit all these basics as well. That kind of blows. So I assume this is a... Oh, an Inquisition? Ugh. Yeah, we can't even... Yeah, we're not going to cast this in response because we can't actually pay the upkeep cost. Okay, so let's go to our turn. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I guess we should just cast this now. Doesn't mean that... Okay, Forest, there we go. Oh, what? What? Oh, fail. Okay, cool. I thought I hit Forest there, but maybe I didn't. Okay. So hopefully our opponent doesn't have a removal spell for this, because that's going to be a problem. Search for Ascanter, that can resolve, that's fine. You can have your Search for Ascanter, my friend. Flips over into nothing at the minute. Well, flips over into a basic mountain. Oh, of course you can't. Yeah, because of... I'm dumb. Okay. So we do need to hit one more basic forest. So hopefully... I think it... Ugh. Grim. That's a problem. That's something we have to deal with. Okay. And that is something we can't cast. This is going horrendously. Okay, so we're just gonna pass. I'm not willing to give up Lightning Bolt plus this for a Tasiga because we need to get a green source of mana. So I'm willing to block and sacrifice this. Or if my opponent wants to use a removal spell on it, fine. But to be honest, again, this is the problem with playing against blue decks. And why I hate blue decks so much in mod. It's just like, because now we can't do anything. Even with a Blood Moon out. It's just, it sucks. Oh, we've got a chance. Why on earth would you do that main phase? Oh wait, no, they got the Inquisition, didn't they? Okay, so we will just bolt Snapcaster in response, I guess. So all those lands go into the graveyard, and now they get 2 CA Primal Command. We might have a chance next turn. Because we can Primal Command, so we will block and sack. I was going to sacrifice this turn anyway. Get a basic forest. There we go. Yeah, Blood Moon's usually much worse for our opponent than it is for us, but... Ugh. Okay, Primal Command. I guess we're going to search and then put an island on top of the library, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Put an island on top of the library. I guess we could put the Search for Escanter on top as well, because then they'll just recast the Search for Escanter next turn. That sounds... We could search for the Moon Old Girl as well, that's true. But we can't cast her. Let's just do this... There we go, okay. Right, so our choices really are, yeah, just Avenger of Zendikar or Maloku. You know what? She's in the deck to be searched for, so let's do it. Play the land and pass to them. Wait, is it not a girl? Looks like a girl. Oh, it says clearly says he at the bottom there. Okay. Down to 4 minutes, by the way, so this game's over. I'm just gonna play out this game and then the match is over. We can't realistically win. Unfortunately, that's MTGO things. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it the plant token. Don't really care about that. So, yeah, we're probably dead. Because we can't even pressure this Jace. If we draw a Lightning Bolt off the top, that's really good. But that's as good as it gets. Well, that's not awful, I guess. I thought I just messed up there, but looks like I got away with it because I can untap. I can, yeah, return a forest to my hand. We could have cast Nisira, but I didn't have to tap these forests, but luckily I got away with it, so it's fine. Right, do this. Do this. I'm just going to put Nissa into play. Nissa gives us something. Not much, but it gives us something. If this survives this turn, we have a chance. But we need... This Maloku needs to survive. Which they're essentially, like... I can draw a card now. Why would you do that if you have it? They must have something in their hand. Oh, they can't cast it, that's why. So Jace can return this to our hand, but that's fine. Okay. This looks like it might actually be pretty decent in this deck. It really might be. Certainly worth the splash of blue, I think. It gives you an alternative Avenger of Zendikar, and it can be a bit more tricky. So it's pretty unfortunate if our opponent has a removal spell for it, but a Fatal Push won't do it. So I imagine anything else they would need to have would have to be double black. This Blood Moon is like kept us in this game big time. Where's that going at Nissa? Right, so we are going to just block with the plant token. We want to keep Nissa alive, obviously. And I'm assuming there's a Snapcaster Mage in their hand, because otherwise they wouldn't have made that play, because this is putting pressure on Jace. Ooh! Okay. Cast Bloodbraid Elf, that is a good one. That's not a good one, I'm not going to lie. Okay, well, cast it anyway, whatever. Right, return, I guess, this to our hand. Play a land. And I guess we'll just minus on Nissa. And we're going to, yeah, just swing all at Jace. So our Snapcaster Mage now won't save Jace, and it won't even kill anything of ours, so Jace is gone. Okay, we're back in the game. We've got a chance. No, I'll do that. I'm just gonna. Oh, you're right. I should have bounced more lands. I keep forgetting you can do this more than what. This isn't Avenger of Zendikar. You can do it multiple times. That's a really good call. Yeah, I should have done. I can still do it now though, at least. You know what? Maybe if we've got this card in here, something that allows you to play more lands per turn might be pretty decent. So if you're going to go down the more on the blue route and maybe just splash red for a Blood Moon, maybe you could bring in like the new spell that allows you to play an extra card, you know, for blue green, and you've also got like a Zeus Lost But Seeking, or you've got the Dinosaur. So like, then you can go a bit heavier on this one. So then you can like keep replaying your lands, but I don't know. It needs some testing. So yeah, you're literally just splashing red for Blood Moon. Is there anything else that's worth splashing? If I've timed out again, I give up. I guess we're actually only really splashing red for 3 cards anyway and stuff out of the sideboard, but we can trim some of this stuff out of the sideboard. There's a very real chance I've been disconnected again. I'm just going to disconnect and reconnect. I want to finish up this game even though we're going to lose the match. Wah! Yeah, I think it was us that got disconnected, so that's probably going to do it. Yeah, I currently have this going on, so you know, that's going to do it. I'm not even going to waste my time trying to log it back in, because we're going to be down to like 30 seconds left, so that sucks, but it is what it is. So I will be back probably tomorrow. I'm going to have to try and upload some stuff tonight. I'll try and organise this. I might even just delete this from my YouTube channel, because this has just been awful. And just cut it off with the mono blue deck, which will never get played again. So thanks for watching, guys. There's not really much I can do, unfortunately. It's just MTGO things. And I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be sorted by then. And yeah, cheers for watching.